From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the boss that's here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, Twitter jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. You jump and jump, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Management schemes and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, oh, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa have seen it all. From cubicle fights to the bathroom stall brawls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here. From the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here. So grab a seat, it's horror premiere.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of I Hate It Here. My name's Erika.
I'm Marissa.
Thank you for hopping on the Hotmess Express.
All aboard. Welcome to the Hotmess Express. Choo choo.
All right, guys, here we are. Another week, another episode. Missed our freaking 3-year anniversary last week, and we didn't even plan anything for it this week either.
No, we didn't. We just rolled right past it.
We did. And we were just, I don't know. It's like we're an old married couple now, Marissa. We're just like,
just another year under the belt.
But we did go out this weekend. We should have celebrated. And of course we forgot. We didn't toast to it or anything.
No.
We're not going to go on a wild rant today because we do have Fluggy.
Yes.
Joining us, right? So we're going to skip the rants that we usually go through in the beginning of the show. But I do want to talk about our fun Saturday night briefly.
Yes.
So you, Jen, Glenn, myself, and my sister all went to an evening at the Museum of Arts here in Houston. It was like cocktails and walking through and being able to see the art after hours. So you and I can't take us anywhere.
I told you this since we got there. I was like, you can't take me anywhere because I'm a fucking child and I see obscenities everywhere. And I'm a child. You can't take me anywhere.
We definitely I don't want to say that we're not into art, but maybe some of like the more like the sculpture art I don't get. I'm sorry. I wish I was like as sophisticated as some people are, being able to see these sculptures and really like get it and think about it. But I'm just like, I think I saw that vase at Home Goods. Like,
but see, I'm delusional because I look at stuff like that and I'm like, I could do that. No, I can't. But in my mind, I can.
And then, of course, like some of the more abstract art, I was like, we were trying to behave and fit in with everybody else in the beginning. And
we're
finally,
trying.
I just couldn't. We passed by like some art and Jen was like, why do I feel like my daughter could do something better than that? And I was like, why, Jen? Your daughter could paint better penises? And Marissa started just cracking up because she was with me and saw the same thing.
As soon as we got out of the elevator, that's the first thing I saw. Giant penis on the left-hand side. But I wanted to behave. I wanted to be a grown-up because that was with you ladies. So like, I was like, okay, I'm not the only one.
No, we were not. We were a mess. And then, I mean, the photography was gorgeous. I mean, there was actually some really great art. There was a lot like Picasso's and Jackson Pollock and Matisse and like some really great art. And that's how we didn't even get to see some of the other buildings. Yeah. We were specific, like we stayed in one building specifically because we got there a little later and then you can't really take your drinks out like while you're walking around the museum, which I get. So we were kind of, had we known, we probably would have walked around, come back and gotten the drink and, we would have managed our time a little better. But it was so fun to go out with you guys. Jen had me cracking up because no shame. She's like, I totally forgot to let her know that we were going to be walking around. It's a museum to dress comfy because she goes all out. Like she is a fashionista.
Yeah, she is.
always dressed to the nines. And it didn't hit me until afterwards that like I was getting ready. I was like, oh no, like I'm wearing comfortable loafers. I'm being comfortable because we're going to do a lot of walking. And then I was like, shit, I should have told Jen that. And then didn't think about it again. And poor Jen parked so fucking far away from where we were at.
I know.
And then had to walk so far to meet us. And finally, when she did, we did some walking. And as Dimitri called it in the chat, she took off her shoes.
She did. No shame. And you know what? I don't blame her because I could never. Not anymore. I used to, not anymore.
Yeah.
No, but it was such a good time. But yeah, she showed up dressed to the nines. I felt underdressed because there was this gorgeous women over there running around in 4-inch stilettos, and Jen was all dolled up, and I was like, well, damn, look at me in my little loafers.
I can't. We were dressed like nice, but we knew we were gonna do walking. We knew,
yeah,
we like it wasn't like a gala or anything, so we totally didn't like dress for that. I mean, but Jen is always the best dressed in the room, so
yeah,
have to give her that. And then me, of course, being the hot mess. After we were leaving, we're gonna go grab some drinks and appetizers somewhere. My sister decided to go with Jen so she didn't have to walk by herself. You and I went back to my car, and I, of course, lost the parking ticket. I was like, fuck, I lost the parking ticket. So luckily you can hit lost ticket. It prints out another one. But for a good 15 minutes, we were searching through my tiny purse looking for the ticket that was nowhere to be found because I am irresponsible.
It happens. That is what it is. I can't say that if I had the ticket, I would have done any better. But no, I will say I would have, because that's one thing that I have all the time is like, where's this? Where's that? But yeah, no. After we paid for the ticket, I was like, give me the ticket. I will take. I will take the ticket moving forward.
You did grab it for me, and then also because in the middle of it, like we're still kind of learning our way through. Houston's huge, right? Like anywhere in our like suburb of Houston, you and I could be like, let's go here, let's go there, let's go there.
Yeah.
Or like even the neighboring suburbs. But like downtown Houston, I don't know like a specific spot to go to. Yeah. So we pulled up Yelp and tried to find a location. There was one place that had 5 stars, great rating. So, and the pictures looked like cool lounge with food, right? So we're like, let's fucking go there. Oh my God, Marissa, tell everybody what we got ourselves into.
So we get there, right? And there's a line to the valet. Like even to just get in, there's a line. And as we're looking left and we're looking right, there's a bunch of people that are like dressed up to the nines. Like these are people that are going to the club, like that type of dressed up. These are not like spandex dress and high heels and this gorgeous ladies everywhere, but just dressed to the nines. We finally make it to get to that valet.
But I do have to say, there's a lot of businesses within that complex. So you and I were like, maybe there's like going somewhere else within, because there was like a bowling alley, there was other restaurants. We didn't know.
Yes. Yeah. It's like there's a slew of businesses there. So we didn't know, like maybe there's another place here that's like a bar type thing. Who knows? But we finally make it to get into the valet. And so we're like, man, maybe we should ask about like what's happening here, right? Like, what are we getting ourselves into? And the valet was not helpful. He looked at us like we were fucking stupid. And like, how dare we waste his time? Because he was like, it's lounge. And I were like, okay, but your definition of lounge and my definition of lounge are two very different things. So yeah, anyway, like he was like, no, it's great. Yeah, they have appetizers, but it's lounge. And we're like, okay, helpful. We finally make it up towards the venue. As soon as those doors open, guys, we completely knew that was not our spot. That
one of these things does not look like the other.
And it was us. We were the problem. It was us.
We got it. We looked around. We're like, we gotta go.
Nope. Mm-mm. I have never, and we're like trying to get the phone to try to like look for another place. I was like, you know what? Let's do this outside.
To let Jen and my sister know not to get in that because the line for valet was so long and it was such a hot
so
mess.
long. Yeah.
So trying to like text them as well, like, don't come, like this is not the spot.
This isn't it, guys. This isn't it. No, but there was people just completely dressed up, like to the nines, like
looking gorgeous,
yes,
ready to party and
ready to have a great old time. And there I was with my jeans. And I tell you that as soon as those doors, like designer everything, guys, like to the nines. And there I was with my little Gap shirt. Like I
know. I'm like touching I'm like, Banana Republic is okay, right?
Like, no, seriously, the girl that was to my right was like with Gucci and like beautiful Louis Vuitton heels, like gorgeous, right? And all these ladies that are dressed up, this, that, and the other. And here I was with my little Gap shirt and my little jeans and my little loafers. I was like, absolutely not. I do not belong. This is above my tax bracket. We're out.
I know. Jen was like, was it Black people? It was majority, like a majority Black, but there was like some like Hispanic people, and there was I think I saw like some white, like a white couple there, but dressed up too. We were just not dressed for the occasion, so we were like, we gotta go. Yeah. But we did end up finding a cute little wine bar, great food, great company, and it was a nice night. I was actually gonna have Jen hop on and but she's like, and hop on and make this like our first I love like, I hate it here, but I love that for you.
Yep.
Segment, because we've been hibernating in the winter months, but she, I'm sorry, is too busy. She's overbooked. Today, I mean, I didn't even ask her. I didn't even reach out, quite honestly, guys. I did because she's doing the RSE. Sorry, I always mix up the letters. So WRSE podcast that goes on after us. Okay. So I was just like, no, she's already got a full plate. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna bother her. But that was our Saturday. And throughout this weekend though, I don't know if you caught any of the sets, Marissa, but I caught some of the Coachella sets, or as Adam calls it or named it, Couchella.
I have not yet. I've been trying to stay off social media for the most part. I give myself like 15 minutes a day. Mm-hmm. So I've seen it on my timeline, but I have not catched the full set. Like I've seen clips of some of the performances. Like I saw T-Pain, I saw Lady Gaga, like I saw some of the clips, but I haven't seen the full set of it. Yeah.
So I caught a little bit, some of the sets on Friday, because they're showing them on YouTube, right? So you can go on and they have all the different stages, and then they'll go to the acts. So if you missed any of the first weekend, you can hop on this weekend, guys, when they do it all over again. Mm-hmm. So I was catching pieces of Coachella on Couchella, and that was on the weekend. But on Sunday, of course, I was like bumming at home, like doing stuff around the house and shit like that. But I was looking at social media and was getting a lot of feed on my different media streams about the Coachella experience. Okay. And you said you did not watch, Marissa, but let me tell you, it was wild. Really? The experiences that people had, I was dying laughing. Well, first of all, the first clip that I saw on social media was a girl who was like, we have been in line for 8 hours trying to get into the campground. There are no bathrooms. We're not eating. We're not drinking because there's nowhere to stop. We're like and it was so hot out there this week, and it was like 100 degrees, 100 plus degrees. And they were like, we're turning off the air so that we can preserve gas because there's no gas stations around. So it was a fucking mess out there for like trying to get through security. Yeah. And so that was the first one I thought, I was like, oh shit, this is like Fry Festival. So then, because of course, you start watching one thing, you kind of start going down the rabbit hole, and then now it starts just giving it to you, right?
Uh-huh.
So not only was I watching like that hot mess, but then I was watching like people like influencers that were at these like influencer parties or at these like brand houses, because they do a lot of like Airbnbs and like the one that I saw, one girl was talking, she was an influencer for Kourtney Kardashian's brand Poosh.
Okay.
And she was like, I'm at the Poosh house, and it's like this gorgeous sparkling pool with all the like the little unicorn raft and like all this like picture IG ready kind of moments, right?
Right.
Having the time of her life. And then there's these people without gas, right? But as it kept going, guys, it was like the fucking Hunger Games out there. So let me read you. Yes, it got crazy. So, okay, guys. So the camp, I'm just even I'm only gonna talk about the campgrounds, like where they stayed, because there's so much like content out there. Like I could have gone with outfits, which by the way are crazy. I'm sorry, but this Coachella fashion, I feel so old because I don't get it. So it's really teeny tiny skirts with like 5 belts and boots. I'm like, a lot of boots. I'm like, it's hot as fuck. Like you're sweating up.
You know, those are some stinky ass feet. I'm sorry, but you're gonna get ventilation in your ass, but not in your feet, girl. What's wrong with you?
Right. And then not only that, they are like, not only is like hot as fuck, like with those boots, 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 Fluggy, boots. You know they're getting bad tan lines. Like those tan lines are crazy. Who am I to talk about tan lines, right? Because every summer my tan lines are crazy because of my lap swing, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. But okay, so I was like, you know what? I need to pick a lane and what I'm going to talk about in Coachella. And the part that had me laughing was the camping situation, right? Because people, again, like I mentioned, some people were being put up and sponsored by different brands. So they were seen at these beautiful Airbnbs and these houses. Some people that I really didn't see a lot of posting, and that's because Coachella doesn't let RVs in, like they don't have like an RV station in their campgrounds, because they don't do like they can't connect to like water lines and sewage and all that stuff, right? So they're away from the actual campground. Okay. But Coachella does offer different levels of campground there, right? Which wasn't around when I went to Coachella in 2006. Maybe they did just regular tents. I can't remember, honestly, but we stayed at a hotel away from there. And just drove in. Okay. So they have yurts, which start, so I'm going to go from the highest to like the lowest. Okay. So they have yurts that start at $30,000. What the fuck? $30,000. And I'll show you guys clips of it, right? Because I did put together a little like video for you guys. Then they have an area called the Residence. That's $15K. Then they have Safari, the Safari area. He was bamboozled into that position to be crazy. But Jarrell is the new operations director. Then they have like the Safari tents, which a lot of people that were in my feed did the Safari. And I was just like, holy fuck, because that was still $12K. Oh, hell no. Then they had just like the regular camping. For those people who couldn't travel with like a tent and all that, they had little like tents for people with like a sleeping bag and like pillow, blanket, whatever. Those were starting at, and the like Safari and up, like the 12K and up did include tickets, where these tent type situations did not. So that ready set camping was $149, and it was like a tiny tent fit two, right? Then they had car camping areas that range from $149, which is just like a basic tiny area, or I guess people sleeping in their car. Like it's, you'll see right now, it's like a lot where you can put up a tent, but also park your car. So you don't park it all the way, like you park your car in the front and then your campground is in the back. Okay. So they have, so that car camping, $149 was basic. It was just the piece of land. Then they had $375, which was like preferred. And I think they gave like, it was like where you were located. You're closer to like the entrances, right? Or like anemones or whatever, right? Okay. And then $462 was for the preferred row. So I guess like right, like close to everything. So once again, preferred anemones, or like close to the anemones, right? Right. All right, guys. So I want you guys to watch this video, and I started when I put it all together. I started again from the most expensive, which is District 1, as I call it, all the way to District 12.
Okay.
Because times be tough. So let's get into it.
All right.
So, oops, I should have paused right there. I'm sorry. Because people who are listening to it versus watching the first 5 seconds is just clips of the actual yurts, the residence, and the safari. So, and then it tells you the pricing on it. Okay, so you hear silence. That's what it is. So those are the residents, and those are the yurts. First one was the safari camping, and look inside the yurt. They've got beds, they've got snacks, they've got TV, they've got waters. It's totally like, I mean, for $30K, they should actually.
Here's a rundown of what the Coachella Safari tent experience included. So when you get there, you have a safari camping parking pack, and when we got there, we were escorted to our parking spot. Our luggage was then picked up by a golf cart and taken to our tent. After we went through security, we picked up our wristbands. We get 2 wristbands, one for safari tent and one for the festival. Then after that, we went to go see what our tent looked like. We were excited to see the inside, and it was all really nice and clean. Our amazing golf cart driver then took us on a tour around the whole campgrounds, and he was showing us around the different options. He was showing us where the bathrooms were, where the lounge is located, just everything we needed to know during our stay. And here's our lovely tent for the weekend. We were then taken to the safari concierge area where they greeted us with champagne. That was really nice. We had to do a little cheers to start the weekend. Something else that's included with your safari experience is a complimentary massage, which you can book at this desk right here. And this is the area where you'll find snacks, and they have snacks throughout the whole day for you. And they also have drinks such as water, soda, stuff like that. Another perk that comes with your safari experience is merchandise pickup. So what this means is you can order Coachella merchandise here, and they will deliver it the next day, and you can come pick it up at this desk. So you don't have to carry around merch at the festival. And then they also had these options to add on. You had to pay extra for any of these, but they had some really good options available. So after that, we went to the Aperol Spritz welcome party. They were giving out free Aperol Spritz to all the guests, and it was really hot at this point, so this was really nice and refreshing. All right, so something else that comes with your package are artist guest wristbands. This was one of the biggest perks that comes with the package. You get artist guest viewing areas in all the stages. To me, this is the biggest perk, and one of the reasons why I wanted to get the Coachella experience in the first place. You get amazing views like this without having to wait all day long, and to me, that was really important. Of course, you still have to get there kind of early for each set you want to see. Next, golf cart. So the sign you saw there, the Safari Cart Stop, that's the sign you see, and that's where they pick you up. The golf carts leave you literally right by the stages. And to me, the golf carts were in the top 3 reasons why I loved this experience. And I'll make another separate video about just the golf carts because I know a lot of people wanted to know more about that. Another perk you get with your wristband, you get access to the artist compound area, which is a really nice area. It's where the artists hang out and where they have artist trailers where they rest before they go on their set. The showers and bathrooms were really clean, and these were it. There was never any line waiting for the showers nor the bathrooms at any time of the day. For food, they provided breakfast and late night snack. Breakfast was served until 1 p.m. They had a menu out so you could see what they were going to serve for that specific day. When you check out of your tent on Monday, a golf cart comes and picks up your bags and takes them to your car. So overall, I would 10/10 recommend this experience.
All right, guys. So I am going to pause that real quick. Of course, 10/10, right? Because you're paying $30K. They're driving you around. You've got an air-conditioned tent. They're even you don't even have to even wait in line for merch. They're bringing you the merch. They're give you massages, Aperol spritzes. Like they are just treated to like the nines, right? However, it's only for 2 people.
Okay.
So if you add an additional, I saw another TikTok where this girl was like kind of dishing out how much she spent that entire weekend, and they added her brother into the safari experience, and that was an additional $3K.
Okay.
So overall 15K they eat for
Per person.
for just that yurt, because they had to add or that safari tent.
Okay.
Right. So we saw the high life. Now the next clip that we're going to get into is the ready tents that they have for you that Coachella is providing. And then we're going to go into, that's like District 2. And then we're going to go to District 1, guys, because it'd be rough out there.
Okay.
For us regular poor people.
Now that I'm finished camping at Coachella, I thought I'd give you my full review on their newest product, Ready Set Tent. This package was sold to me as everything I'd need to camp: the tent, sleeping bags, air mattress, and a light. But trust me when I tell you I needed so much more. The temperatures reached 105 degrees, and at 7:30 we were all forced outside of our tent to try to find shade that we could continue to sleep in. The interior of the tent reached about 200 degrees and all of our toiletries melted, including the lids and plastic bottles. On a good note, the porta potties were located right at our campsite. Unfortunately, they were right beside the tent and often didn't smell so great. And then there were the service vehicles that drove day and night, creating so much dust. At nighttime, if the vehicles didn't keep you awake, the generators did. For these lights, the lights that they kept on all throughout the night. You could never tell if it was day or nighttime in your tent. Everything was lit up bright orange. The total package cost me about 1,000 Canadian dollars, and as a first-time camper, it definitely was not a very favorable experience.
All right, guys. So how fucking wild is that?
So they paid money to go live like homeless?
To go like prisoners. That feels like a prison camp.
Girl, they got better tents underneath the fucking highways here in Houston. Like...
How fucking crazy is that? All right. So that was District 2. Now let's go into District 1.
Oh, okay.
I'm camping at Coachella for the very...
Oh, okay. So, guys.
So you gotta fucking kite your own tent at that point? What the?
They did not. I mean, I had to cut down. There's so many videos out there, guys. So I highly recommend you go down that rabbit hole on your social media. Look up like Coachella camping, and you're gonna get all sorts. Right? You can do like poor Coachella camping, and then go to the rich. Right? But those last people did not tie their tents down correctly. But the difference from the car campers to the people camping in the safari area. And that's what we didn't really see too much of what the people in the yurts got, right?
Right. I mean, that's just crazy to me to, first of all, to pay $15,000, $30,000 to go stay at a tent and in a communal fucking shower situation, not fucking happening. Like,
and those were private, Marissa. Those were private. They're saying in some campgrounds they had like open areas, or there was some that you can pay where you had your individual stall, and the lines were hours. You'd be waiting for 2 hours in that 100 degrees heat.
Why would you do that to yourself? Like,
right, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I don't get that. Like, I've never been like, I love this artist so much that I'm gonna fucking sleep on the ground. Get the fuck out of here. No.
No.
Go
No.
ahead.
I was gonna say that they also had like these generators, right? Where people can go plug in to like charge up their phones and what have you not. They like the towers were going down, people couldn't like charge their shit. The wind was super bad, the heat.
Girl, they couldn't charge their shit. They didn't have a home. Their tent was up in the air.
No. No, that's crazy. I mean, they also did have another option that they had was van camping, where they provide like the little Airstream, like the type of van for you. I didn't show you guys any of those videos, but I just wanted you guys to see the fucking Hunger Games, the different districts, because I mean,
That's wild.
even if I had 10K or 12K to pay for that safari tent, I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go shower in a porta shower. And the porta
for $30,000, no, ma'am. I better have a luxurious fucking spa, because for $30,000, are you fucking kidding me? That's insane. But that kind of ties back to the comment that I saw that Adam made, and I did see this, that 60% of people put themselves in debt, like they finance their tickets and their experience. So that is fucking insane.
Yep.
The fact that you buy tickets to go live like a homeless person is wild behavior.
I know. And to pay that much, and you're still not even like that didn't even include the tickets for them.
Exactly.
So like say you had done the car camping, which was at $462, right? To be on the preferred row. You're still like paying, I don't even know how much the tickets were. I want to say like 500, maybe 1,000. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm sorry. No. And I'm with, I'm going to put up another one of Adam's comments, which says, I watched with my AC on DoorDash and my pets. Good view and sound too. Absolutely, Adam. I was enjoying Coachella myself, as you know, because you and I were texting the entire time. But.
That is that. I mean, honestly, why would you put yourself in that situation is crazy. Maybe it's just a me thing, and I've never just really loved an artist, but to go slum it like that, I could never. I'm sorry, but I could never just go and be like, I'm gonna go fucking rough it out for 2 days. Fucking pick my
no.
That's crazy. That is fucking insane. I could never.
So good for them that wanted to do. And at the end, I was going to show you guys a clip of this guy who did, because of course, like the influencers were heavy in there, and this guy who was doing tent camping, he had it all like. So part of the problem of the lines being so long, when they're doing security check, it's because people were bringing like stuff from their house, like their dining tables, their like crazy shit that security had to go through.
Their dining tables? What the fuck are you going to do with your dining table?
For aesthetics, they wanted their little tent to look like living areas.
Bitch, you're homeless at that point. What do you
think? So now I have to show it, because this is how delusional they are. So this is one influencer. Okay, I was going to show you.
And I wanted to bring a piece of my apartment out into the desert. I already set up the canopies, but let's set up the rest. Of course, we got to start with the tarp. And did I bring an entire rug out into the desert? Yes. I was really going for like classic vintage camping site, but a little bit more elevated. So I just brought this folding table, put this tablecloth on top for some color, and no campsite's complete without a bed that I of course had to add my personal touch to. And for seating, I brought this director's chair and a few collapsible chairs. And as much as I wanted a vintage cooler, I couldn't find one in time. So this one's gonna have to do. I did, however, find this really cool vintage trunk for all of my clothes that I packed in. And there was no way this tourist was gonna go a whole weekend without a whole bunch of snacks. The table was looking a little bare, so I set up some knickknacks. Just kept it classic Coachella cowboy vintage. And then I used my cowboy hats that I'm wearing this weekend as decor, and even tied a few of my bandanas on the wall. And it just felt right to grab this little cactus when I was packing for the trip. And I even have a little shower set up in the corner. And that's the setup. I'm really happy with how it turned out. What do you think? I think I successfully brought my home into the desert, and I think I'm in for a pretty cozy weekend if you ask me.
I hope that it's your fucking tent in the fucking air. I hope all your snacks got robbed. I knew it. As soon as I saw him wearing shorts and fucking cowboy boots, I knew it was going to be some bullshit.
Well, that was what everybody was wearing, evidently, at Coachella. Short skirts and cowboy boots because they think it's the country festival. But how obnoxious was that? I just saw Katie asking, this has to be parody, right? I'm like, no, Katie, there was a lot of people that did that. That is not the guy who brought his dining table, but people were doing that. So that's what held up the security line when people were trying to get in, just because they had so many people like bringing that kind of shit.
And you know that they're going to have to fucking now make a rule. Be like, don't bring your shit from home, guys. Leave your furniture at home, please. And thank you.
So that's it, guys. That was one part of Coachella that I was enthralled. Like I was totally going down that rabbit hole this weekend on their living situation.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I look at us and I didn't think I thought it was going to be a short time that you and I were going to take, but of course we rambled on and we got to get Fluggy up here. But before we do, Marissa,
yes,
let's show our new little cups. How fucking adorable are they? So cute. And these were made for us from or by Doreen.
Yes.
Thompson, who is Dimitri's wife. She's got her own little shop. She makes her own like custom cups. Mm-hmm. So she made these for us with the I Hate It Here logo, which comes with like the little clear top and straw, of course, like when you're just at home. But it also came with this like little clip, like sports clip, so I can take to the gym as well. And basically she's like, what do you want on it? And I was like, just the logo. You figure out the rest. But just so that you know, Marissa and I are very like less is more for us. Like we're very simple. Like we don't want too much because she does some amazing things with some of her cups.
Beautiful.
Marissa, play the commercial.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely insane, some of the things that she does, and it's been absolutely amazing. So give me one sec. I don't have it on my end.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me play the commercial and you can add the banner. I did that backwards. Okay, so I'm going to add the commercial.
Yep. Welcome to D Cup Customs, home of tumblers and cups and pins and all kind of stuff. Look at this. This is a shroom cup that she made for me, and it glows in the dark. And then look at the attention to detail on this one. All these damn rhinestones. Here is her following, her happy public. And these people are really genuinely happy because watch this picture. You know how hard it is to please black people, and they're all happy. We wouldn't be D-cups without D-cups. Sometimes you need a little shot to take the edge off. But if this isn't your type of shot glass, I'm sorry for you, but if it isn't, she also has swear bears. It may be a little hard to read some of these right now, so let me help you out. This is my mood most of the time. Probably some of yours too. And this one says, eat a bag of dicks. I asked Doreen why she's so talented. She's like, bitch, I'm magical. So please go to the website. We will love your support. Buy something, buy a lot of stuff. But if you decide not to, you can.
So Doreen not only makes cups, but she's got really cool pens that she puts together. Now she did a little pen kit. So if you know somebody who's crafty, you can gift them that and they can make their design their own little pen, because she's got a little area in her shop where people can sit there and design their own pen. But now she's created these kits. Of course, the cups are amazing. She's done, if you go into her IG as well, which is D Cup Customs, you'll also see some of the cool stuff that she's done. She did an awesome Star Wars one. She actually makes a lot of 3D type of features on them.
Yeah.
So cool.
Absolutely love it. Doreen, thank you so much. These are absolutely amazing. Definitely check her out. She has a lot of stuff, like you said, on our Instagram and on our website. You can absolutely customize it. Check her out. And honestly, the prices are reasonable, because sometimes for customizable cups, it gets wild in price. Super reasonable, especially for all the work and effort that she puts in. So definitely check her out.
Absolutely. And Doreen, she's magical, bitch.
Hashtag I'm magical, bitch. I need that. I need that on a cup now.
All right, Marissa, let's get on with the show and let's
Yeah.
bring one of our favorite people up.
Yep. Mr. Fluggy,
Yep.
let's roll the clip.
Go flug yourself, it's time to learn pop culture vibes. It's your turn. Millennials, millennial, what's the buzz? Flug's here to teach you just because. Go flug yourself, it's the show. Trends and throwbacks, here we go.
Oh, I forgot to bring Plug up.
I got him. Hey.
Dang, Pluggy is drinking. It's been a hell of a week for Plug.
Dude, it's been a hell of a month for me. It's been absolutely terrible. I'm in one of those moods where I would absolutely not mind getting hit by a bus, because then if I don't die, at least I get a few days off to recover.
Fair.
But that's just me.
Oh.
Fair.
Well,
But,
Flug, we are so grateful to young Flug to have you on joining us once again with your episode of, or your segment, I should say, of Go Flug Yourself.
Yes.
Where you come on and the beautiful arts that we have no money.
This is a low budget section, as you can tell, it's a low budget program.
no worries.
Our low budget productions.
I think producer Adam promised me a salary one day, so I'll just wait. It's fine. No worries.
I mean, once we get some flow, we will make sure it rolls downstream for you guys.
I'm just kidding. It's all for fun, obviously.
But yeah, so Flug hops on once a month to get us up to date with things pop culture, things happening in the zillennial world, since he's more in touch with that. And it gets us feeling a little young, Marissa, I would say.
Yeah, it just schools me because now I can actually understand half of what my kids say. So I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, Flug, take it away.
Yes.
All right. You guys can hear me and see me okay?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So I'm here to tell you guys about trending stuff. And I have some trending stories for you guys that it's almost like a three-parter. But
Okay.
all of these things kind of fit together. And then if you add it to the Coachella stuff you guys are just talking about, then it's almost like a four-parter.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
God damn, my fingers look fucking huge. Okay. Not important. Not important. I was in a room today painting all day, so if I'm a little loopy, it's because I might be high on paint.
Nice.
But that's just me. All right, you guys. This is gonna be almost like Go Flug Yourselves, almost like our first true crime related story here in a way.
Okay.
As I said, it's a timeline of kind of scary, spooky things that happen, but pretty relevant, especially like I said, considering one of the people involved it was playing Coachella this last weekend. So yeah, we're gonna start in 2019, where a man named Grant Amato. Erika, if you want to pull up that first photo.
Ew.
Okay.
All right. What are we thinking, ladies? Smash or pass?
Oh, hard, pass. I'm sorry. This is so creepy, and he's giving me Stephen Miller vibes, and I want to vomit.
He looks like a poorly sharpened pencil. But yeah, okay. This is Grant Amato. We're starting with him, even though his story took place in 2019.
Okay.
So he was 29 years old when he murdered his entire family.
Oh shit! I had to remove him. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So he shot his mother, his dad, his father, and his brother, all at the same time, because he had fallen in love with a cam girl who from Bulgaria. Her name is Silvia Vencislova.
Okay.
Or Sylvie for short, right?
Yeah.
He was giving this girl hundreds, thousands of dollars at a time to basically for her attention, right?
Mhm.
Thinking that they had some type of relationship or something. And when he ran out of money, he went to his brother, his parents, and was like, "Hey guys, like I need money," right? And when they didn't want to give it to him, he just started stealing it, right? Eventually, they were like all in debt because of him. It is speculated he spent over $200,000 on this woman, and eventually his parents were like, "Hey, we're cutting you off, like you're done," right?
Mm.
So he got so angry that, like I said, on January 24th, 2019, he all of them and was promptly arrested, and he's been in prison ever since.
Okay.
Do you like how I started on a high note there?
I mean,
That's the high note. Damn.
I'm like, where is the story going? Because I don't know it.
All right, so that was our trending story in 2019. Let's
Okay.
fast forward to last month. Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys familiar with this is it Travel Channel or Discovery Channel show Ghost Adventures?
The show
No?
Ghost Adventures? Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So Ghost Adventures is hosted by Zach Bagans, who's kind of like the
Oh,
main guy.
he's like a
Okay.
total DB. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's kind of a weird, eccentric weirdo, but like he's kind of like the main guy, and then we have his second-hand man named Aaron Goodwin. All right.
Okay.
So, 3 years ago, Aaron Goodwin
Mhm.
married Victoria Goodwin,
Okay.
right? So, on March 6th, Victoria was arrested because people found out that she was trying to hire a hitman to murder her husband, Aaron.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah. She was trying to pay. Okay, this is like one of like the weirdest parts of the story. She was paying $11,000. That's like nothing, right? Eleven
No,
thousand
it's
dollars.
not, and that's also an odd number.
Yeah,
I,
and I
I was
mean,
gonna say, who came up with that price? It's weird. I don't like it.
Maybe 11's her lucky number. She's like,
Well, not
maybe it's
that
all she
lucky, girl.
that's
She
had.
what I'm
got
paying.
busted.
That's what
But
I'm
I mean,
paying.
I mean, considering that's your husband, he's like, I don't know what, like a C-list celebrity, right? Like he's relatively famous, and you're just paying $11,000 to have him taken out. That seems like nothing,
Well,
but
maybe she doesn't have access to the money yet.
Maybe that's why she was trying to take him out.
interesting. That's a good point, I guess.
Hmm.
But she was found out. She was arrested. Um, and guess who she was coordinating with to have this hit played out with?
With the other dude. I already forgot his name.
Grant
Yeah.
Amato.
Okay.
So
I don't know
Erika,
why I
that's
want to call him Tomato. I don't know.
so this is Aaron Goodwin and Victoria Goodwin. You guys, this kind of broke my heart a little bit. Me and my girlfriend are relatively big fans of Ghost Adventures, and Aaron always seems like such a sweetheart, like a really nice guy. And I remember when he first like got with Victoria on like Instagram and stuff, he was just like over the moon. He was like loving life and loving the fact that he had, this new partner that he was so in love with. So the fact that this happened is just like, it's pretty sad, right? In my opinion, kind of
Yeah.
tragic.
Yeah.
Um, so her dumbass, she, the guy Grant, who was, by the way, in prison, right? He's been in
Hmm.
prison since 2019. Obviously, the prison people found his phone that he was using to communicate with Victoria with.
And like, how
And
did do we know how she knows him, or am I
Yeah.
jumping ahead of the story?
so she is somewhat of a like true crime writer or like enthusiast or something. So I think she was trying to speak with him in like a research type of way.
Okay.
But yeah, but I mean, like, why would you trust someone who's already in jail for? I mean, like, clearly he's not like
Right.
great at it, right?
I mean, he kind of got
Um,
caught, right? Like that's
yeah, so pretty effed. Um, and allegedly, her and this guy Grant were exchanging romantic messages between each other.
Oh,
Which
gross. No.
Oh,
Okay, now we know there's something really is mentally
wrong
wrong
with
with her.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, which is
No.
I think
No.
I think that and the $11,000 was sign that there's clearly something wrong with her. um, and oh, I have a quote from her that she texted Grant. By the way, she says, "Am I a bad person because
Yes.
I chose to end his existence, not divorce?" What do you guys think?
Yes, bitch, you know the
I'm like,
answer. Why are you trying to act like you
we're
don't
trying
know?
to gaslight us. That's
So,
wild. Am I? No, bitch, you are. Yes.
but the phrasing and the way that this is said, she's clearly getting a kick out of this, right? She's clearly like a murderous person. Like just because she's not doing it herself. Oh my god, what the fuck?
You okay?
Did you just spill on yourself?
No, my dog like headbutted my crotch on accident. Sorry.
What you do on other shows with the camera on is your business, Flug.
It's your
We don't do that
business,
on this
yeah.
show.
Wrong
Yeah,
show,
that's
wrong
why I
show,
keep
guys.
that was an accident. At least I was wearing pants this time. Where yes, sorry. Yeah, I mean like she's clearly insane, right? Like she fell in love with this unsharpened pencil looking ass criminal that murdered his family and wanted to murder her husband. I don't know. Um all right. Let's move on now to our third, the most trending story of the three. Jillian Lauren. All right. Have you guys heard of this kind of like weird ass story that happened last week on Tuesday? Um Everyone knows the band Weezer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All
Yeah.
right. So Jillian Lauren is the wife of Scott Schreiner, who is the bassist of Weezer.
Mhm.
Um, Last week, like I said on Tuesday, there was a hit and run situation. There was a crash. Three people, ran out of their car, hit and run. They were trying to get away from the police. Took place on the 134 freeway in LA around 3 p.m. And this led to a manhunt, right? Police started trying to find these three people who were trying to get away. The manhunt led into the neighborhood where Scott Schreiner and his wife Jillian Lauren lived, right? So tell me why this woman hears the commotion outside, right? Grabs her gun, goes outside and points a pistol at police, right? And police, of course, freak out. They shoot back and like hit her in the shoulder. And she's like, ah, right. So she like runs back inside. She runs back inside, is in there for half an hour, which like, girl, you're literally shot. Like, don't you want to go to the hospital, right? Instead, she just like hunkers down in her house for half an hour, and basically like waits a little bit. Eventually, she comes out and surrenders along with her, I guess like her nanny or something. Which poor the woman, she just happened to be there at that time that happened. Um, and sorry, yes. And so now she's in prison, or sorry, in jail. She did have a kind of like a sentencing the other day. Tell me why she only got 2 to 10 years in prison. Pretty
She got
insane, right?
She got what? I'm sorry. How many years in prison?
two
Two
to
to ten,
Oh.
which like she literally shot at police, and she's getting 2 to 10.
And how did Charity go to trial for this or like get
I
sentenced? Like
know.
that's fast. It just happened.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's all she got. I mean, like she's pretty rich, privileged white lady, so she'll probably be out as soon as possible, which is BS. I don't need to tell you guys how Adam, how messed up that is, especially considering people of color probably would not even have made it to that jail that day.
Well, the fact that they shot her and then she went to her house and they let her stay there for 30 fucking minutes.
Right.
That's
Like,
crazy.
that's insane.
Mhm. That's crazy.
All right.
I mean, I'm trying to not be angry about it, but it's because the color of her skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had she been a minority, she would have been killed right on the spot.
Absolutely.
It wouldn't have had this ending.
No. And she, she was able to hang out there. She came out. Sorry, guys. Sorry for shooting at y'all. And yeah, now it has the opportunity to get out at the very least in 2 years, which is BS. How does this tie back to our other stories? So, Ghost Adventures, right? Aaron and Zach, they tend to have a lot of guests on their show. A few months ago, I guess, Jillian was a guest on one of the Ghost Adventures episodes, right? Now, this is where the story gets a little bit paranormal, spooky, right?
Okay.
So it said that basically people who go as a guest onto Ghost Adventures a lot of times will have bad luck. So, for example,
shit.
Post Malone was on it one time, messing with a ancient Jewish artifact called the Dybbuk box, and he said that he had like terrible, terrible luck for a year after that. Then there was this
I'm
this
sorry.
friend.
Post Malone went and fucked with some ancient shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, that's my bad luck. Like,
I didn't know
sorry.
that there was like a stigma connected to Ghost Adventures.
Ghost Adventures.
Right. There's other couple that was friends with Zach. They did a few investigations with them, and then they ended up dying in the murder suicide situation. There was this other guy who was helping them with an investigation. He claimed to see an 8 foot tall goat man in an elevator, freaked the hell out, left the hotel. They never saw him again, and the next thing you know, he completely like 360s his life. He gets like a shit ton of like devil tattoos and starts doing like weird like leather stuff, and it's just like weird, right?
Oh my
So
God.
it
I'm
said
sorry.
that
These people, not Hispanic, do not know that they need to go get limpias after they deal with shit like that. You
that's
need
what
to
I'm
Absolutely.
get a
saying.
little grandma giving you the egg cleanse,
Pinche huevo, like in the thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
saging you down. You just can't walk away from something like after doing that type
No.
of show or messing with those type of entities. You got to get cleansed.
exactly. So here's, like I said, sort of the supernatural aspect. Could this investigation have affected Jillian in a way that made her react crazy? Could Victoria being around Aaron all the time made her go crazy because she picked something up? Is it possible? Mm,
I just think they're just
maybe.
crazy white people, but that's
So,
Marissa, you're
I
too
don't
much
think
of
we
a
can
realist.
blame the ghost for that one.
Well, it's well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You gotta believe, Marissa.
No, I believe in ghosts and stuff, but I'm not gonna believe that a ghost told this bitch, "Hey, go get in a romantic relationship with that Gollum-looking mofo and kill your husband for $11,000." Like, girl, divorce. You live in California, 50-50. There you go. Walk
Yeah.
away.
oh
So
wow.
so yeah, and then the funniest part of all this is that Scott Schreiner, the bassist of Weezer, when he was asked about it, he was kind of like, "Hey, I can't really talk about it, but I'll see you at Coachella," and he still went and played at Coachella,
He's got to pay for her fucking lawyers.
which means one of two things: he hates his wife,
Fair.
or he's just one of those white people that doesn't take anything too seriously. And he's just like, things happen, you know. So it could
Things
be that.
happen. Or
Shit
he needs
happens.
that flow. He's got to pay for attorneys and
Fees and all to get her out early. Like,
True.
yeah.
well, that, and I cannot imagine that he, like, if she was that comfortable going and pulling out a gun and like shooting at cops, I can't imagine that that's like not something that happens behind closed doors. So I'm sure he's
Yeah.
like, this bitch is crazy out there shooting people all over again. Like, I feel like that
That's
wasn't the
crazy.
first time, is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
That she's ran in the middle of the street with her pistol.
But yeah,
Yeah.
she was too comfortable.
She seems to be kind of a strange person. She's also a true crime artist. And then when she was younger, she was part of the harem of the Prince of Brunei, which I mean,
What is
okay, like
that?
a harem. It's like so
Girl
like a
squad.
rich like person or an emperor or a king. Back in the day, they used to have harems, which was
Mhm.
basically like a group of like beautiful women who kind of just like follow him around, hang out with him, and then have sex with him and stuff. And the Prince of Brunei, which don't ask me where Brunei is, I have no idea. But I guess he had a harem, or he has one, and she was part of it for a few months and made like thousands of dollars. So, whatever, get your bag. But
So
yeah,
that was
Wow.
so his hose. Like, why
Yeah.
are we gonna call it fancy?
right.
Oh wow.
um, so yeah, that's my
Okay.
my little true crime segment there. Hope it wasn't too dark. It was pretty interesting,
No.
though, right?
Yeah, it was interesting. No, it wasn't
Yeah.
dark. Yeah, I don't think it's connected, but people, if you are gonna get on ghost adventures, go cleanse yourself after. Go
Yes.
cleanse that superpower entity off of you. You just can't be rolling through life thinking you're gonna be okay after
Very okay.
poking
Yeah,
around with shit like that.
Yeah.
for sure.
Cool. All right, you guys. Well, that was my topic for the day.
Awesome.
So you guys want to move into our music review lightning round?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. And you guys listen to the music this time around? You
Yeah,
said?
of
Yes.
course. Uh-huh.
Nice.
A couple
Oh,
times this week.
last time
Uh-huh.
too, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
And we also shared it on the Instagram story. So I don't know if anybody in the chat was able to listen. If you did, or if you just know these songs from just listening to them, give us your answers in the chat
In
as
the
well.
chat. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. All right, let's get started. So, first up, we have an Ariana Grande song from her deluxe version of her latest album called what is it called again?
Eternal Sunshine
Eternal
of this.
Sunshine. Yeah. So she released a deluxe version a few weeks ago, and this song is called Twilight Zone. Now, I like Ariana Grande. I think she's super talented. I like a lot of her music. As far as this song goes, it's pretty standard for what like Ariana Grande tends to do, right? Tends to make. I don't think it's exceptionally amazing of a song. However, I absolutely love the chorus. I think the chorus, the way she sings it, and just the way it kind of builds, is very, very beautiful. She's obviously a very talented singer, and she knows how to hit those notes. And because of that, I'll give it a mid. Right? It's not. It was a cool song. I don't think it got me all the way up to fire, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a comfortable mid.
Oh, I see Marissa's agreeing with you. Mid?
It was mid trash for me. It's like in more towards trash than mid fire. I great vocalist, but this one was like, like I it's forgettable for me. I don't hate it, but I'm also not adding it to a playlist anytime soon.
I fucking thought it was fire. I love my my little girly pops. Ariana being one of them. I love her in her little Kermit voice. I love her. Like she talks like that. Have you heard her in interviews? She's got that little Kermit voice. I love her. That little Polly Pocket is so fucking adorable. I love her, and I thought this song was fire. So fire for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm in the middle of both of you guys. Like, it's on the deluxe version. Usually, deluxe music is just stuff that didn't make it
Hmm.
to the first to the record in the first place, and it's definitely what it sounds like.
Hmm.
But you know, like I said, super talented. Like I can't. I'm as problematic as Ariana Grande is. I'm never gonna knock her music ability. She's an amazing vocalist.
Yep.
So yeah, all right, moving on now. We have number two, which is Lana Del Rey's new single called Henry. Come on. I don't know who Henry is. I don't know if it's her alligator husband that she married a few months ago. Um, this song, I'm not super into everything that Lana does. I find it to be relatively boring. This song again is kind of that low energy, very like somber, um, kind of like I don't know. It's just like very like slow and soft and stuff. Um, but I enjoyed this one quite a lot. The mixture of her vocals with the strings in the back are is just like it just hits, right? It's a very beautiful song. I liked it quite a lot. My only negative critique is that it's way too long, but a lot of Lana Del Rey songs tend to be pretty fucking long. But if, in my opinion, if a song is this slow and somber, it doesn't need to be that long because then it just feels like you're listening to the same thing for like years. But I'm gonna go ahead. Like I said, I did enjoy the song quite a bit. Vocals and strings and everything was amazing. I'm gonna give it fire.
Okay.
All right, Marissa, what did you think?
Trash.
What?
I liked Lana Del Rey. I like some of her songs. This one to me, I I I found myself being like, "Damn, bitch, you're still singing!" Like, because I put it on in the background because when I work, I have to have like background music. And I found myself like looking at my phone, going like, "Dang, this song is still on! Like, she's still going on this song." So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't like it.
Like that's a good point. Today, like I said, I was painting, and there was a moment where I was like, "Oh shit, I need to go grab some supplies from our storage room." I
Mhm.
went, came back, and it was still going. I was like, "What the
Yeah, exactly. So
hell?"
yeah, for me, that's why it's trash.
I thought it was long, but I thought it was so Lana Del Rey. I thought it was so pretty. I thought her voice, I mean, I always love her voice. I thought it was fire.
Okay.
I'm just a little, I'm with you on that. Of like, she could have made it a little shorter, but I mean, typically her songs are long, but I loved it.
But I
Yeah.
think this one sounds like something else that she's done, and I quite can't put my finger on it. It sounds like another song that she has. I'll have to go back and find it. I think that's what like I was like, eh.
Well, it's a pretty like signature sound for her.
Mhm.
Which for the like I said, for the most part, I'm pretty over her because everything kind of just sounds like slow and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like, ugh, like Lana, come on. But that's just her style, you know.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
mean,
like
she's never going to come out with something super poppy.
Yeah.
right.
So.
She's never going to do a party in the USA. Like that's.
Or Wrecking Ball? No? All right.
Cool. All right. Here comes number three, which is Ojos Tristes by Selena Gomez and her boyfriend Benny Blanco, featuring the Marias. Now, this one's a little complicated for me. I sometimes find songs that I think the word is interpolate, right? Like old songs
Mhm.
to be a little lazy, right? Like in reality, you're just kind of doing a cover. You're changing like a few things here and there and kind of calling it like a song of yours.
Mhm.
But it's like this song contains way too much of that other song for it to not be a cover, right?
Mhm.
Like I said, they did change some stuff. Selena comes in the beginning with like kind of an English version of Ojos Tristes, which is it's an old song from an artist called Janet, that's in Spanish. It's fine. I think it's enjoyable for what it is, but like I said, those issues that I kind of have with it make me strike it with a mid.
I liked it. I don't know the cover version of it. I love the Marias. Well, I am not into Selena Gomez's music. I thought this was great. I thought she fit in with them vocally. I thought they did a great job. I'm going fire.
Yeah, I
Okay.
agree. Not a huge
Oh, wow.
Selena Gomez fan, but this one I liked.
Nice.
I mean, I
I
like
did.
her. I just her jams are not my thing.
Well, no, I like her, but like her,
Uh-huh.
not her music. Like I've
Oh yeah,
never
yeah,
been like a huge like, oh, I'm gonna pop this Selena Gomez jam
yeah.
and be like, I'm gonna, you know, never, not once.
Yeah, it was kind of sad too because I saw that people were asking the Marias to release like a version without Selena in it, which is so like
Aw, people
it's
are so
so
mean.
it's so mean. Like it's
Hmm.
fine if you don't like her, but don't be rude, you know, like um and the good thing though is I forget, I think her name is Maria from the Marias. She was like the song is perfect how it is. Like shut up. You guys
Hmm.
are annoying. So shout out to her for sure.
Yeah.
Um oh god. Okay, let's move on to so
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Adam Scott made me crack up. Only murders in the playlist. I fucking love that show too. By the way, Steve Martin and they're great. I'm sorry.
nice. Okay, number 4. I hate the fuck out of Ed Sheeran. I think that like of the history of music, this has to be like one of my least favorite artists of all time. I think Ed Sheeran is like annoying as hell. I think like everything he makes has like no heart and soul in it, right? Which is weird because he probably spends like thousands of dollars to make every fucking song he makes, but just doesn't put anything into it. His new single is called Azizam, and it's just like this boring, soulless, like dancey pop type of thing. Like it's not EDM, but it's also not like regular pop. It's just kind of like ugh. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it a big old trash. Stupid song, stupid artist. I hate him. Not that he cares, right? Because he's like endlessly rich. But fuck Ed Sheeran.
Marissa, do you agree? Disagree?
I I I don't hate it. I don't. My hate for a cheering doesn't extend to Fluggies. I don't hate the guy. Do I think he's super like generic? Yes.
Hmm.
Am I like like reaching for his songs where I'm like, oh, this is a good jam? No. Do I get bothered when they get played? No. So for me, it's mid. I don't mind it, but again, it wasn't anything that stood out to me. Anything. It just sounds like an Ed Sheeran song, to be quite frank. Like to me, they all sound kind of the same and generic.
I'm gonna go with like mid to trash. I don't know.
Mid,
I didn't
yeah.
love it. I didn't. It sounds very generic. Very like it sounds like other songs, like other people's
Yeah.
songs, and I couldn't place my finger on like what song it sounds like, but I swear something like that similar, very similar came out last year. It very. I mean, it didn't like make me want to throw the like laptop out the window or whatever when I heard it or my phone. I just was not into it. I was
Yeah, it's just a
yeah.
song.
Well,
Yeah.
Mhm.
see that's part of the problem, Erica, is like he used to make like wedding music, right?
Yeah.
And then now he's transitioned into like dancey pop music. But like you said, it's hard to distinguish it from other shit. Like even just
Mhm.
his voice. Sometimes I'm like, who the fuck is this? Is this Justin Bieber? Is this The Weeknd? Like is this Chris Brown? Like I
Yeah.
can't even tell
It
who
did
it
sound a
is.
little weekend-ish. I'm not gonna you
It
hit it.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't I mean, I'm glad he's evolving. Good for him if he wants to evolve. I just was not into it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, like who fucking cares what I think, right? But I but I hate Ed Sheeran almost as much as I hate Imagine Dragons
Okay.
and the Beatles. But
That's
we're gonna move on now
fucking
to
Oh,
Flug.
number 5.
Always has to talk shit about the Beatles or Taylor Swift, and I gonna have to fight you when I see you in a couple weeks.
I I'm entitled to my opinion. And all right, and then lastly on our list here we have number 5, which is El Día del Amigo by Catriel and Paco Amoroso. Have you guys seen these two around like everywhere?
I
I
fucking
have.
love them.
I love
Love
them.
them. And I'm gonna go see them in concert on in a couple weeks.
Really?
Hey,
Hmm.
Oh shit, that's cool. Um, yeah, they're like all over the place. Every festival they played Coachella. They're gonna play Outside Lands here this in San Francisco this summer. My sister loves them, which
Yeah, they Coachella was their first concert in the United States. For those of you who have never heard of them, they are from, God damn it, what country?
I think Argentina.
Argentina. Yeah,
Argentina.
Yeah.
they're Argentinian, but they are like they do a little everything, like hip hop, pop, um, like rock, EDM. Like it's just crazy, and then their stage presence is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Look up their Tiny Desk concert. That's how I encountered or like found them. And
Oh,
then
they
after
killed it.
they killed it, and I was just like, who are they? They're fucking great. Love them, and I shared it with my sister, and now she's a bigger fan of them than I am. Like she has that album memorized. So yeah, we're gonna go see them in a couple weeks. I think they're so great.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So this song, I think it's fine. I think I'm trying not to be a hater or like too judgmental, but I can't help and think that the success of these two is just because of how weird and like eccentric they seem to be. They
Mhm.
have really weird like outfits and stage decor and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I think that speaks to a lot of people. I can't say their music speaks to me too much. It it's definitely has a sense of originality, but in reality, whatever. This song is fine. I think it's kind of like a jokey, like love your friends, love your friend group type of
Hmm.
song, and
Mhm.
I don't know. It's cute. It's fun. Didn't blow me out of the water too much, so I think I'm just gonna give it a little mid. Um, I will say that I hate that the Catriel guy and insists on singing like he has like a ball of gum in his mouth. That kind of like that kind of bothers me a little bit. He's always like, you know, but but that's just me. You know, I respect them. You know, like Latino power for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you, Marissa?
I like it. I'm gonna go with fire. I like it. They're quirky. They're fun. They're different. That's what I can really appreciate is that it's different. It doesn't sound like everything that's out there. And I will say that I can appreciate that not all of their songs sound the same, which
Hmm.
is
That's true.
something that I feel like a lot of these artists fall into. Like you could hear something, and be like, "Oh, that's The Weekend. Oh, that's this. That's that." And with
Lana Del
them,
Rey. We were just talking about that.
yeah, Lana Del Rey. Like I hear a fucking sad boppy sound. I'm like, oh, and oh, what was me? I'm like, oh, Lana Del Rey. There she goes, crying all over again. But I do appreciate their range and the fact that they do a little bit of everything. So I'm for that I'm going to say fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they could have released another single off that album.
Mhm.
But so like again, I love that all their songs are different. I think that they're true musicians.
Yeah.
So just even like the how they play up their change up the instruments on their songs often is fucking amazing to me. I thought there were again like go look at their Tiny Desk. It's so fucking good. And then their Coachella set was fire as well. They had like the regular band, which they roll with like a huge band. It's awesome. And then curtain drops and they have a fucking orchestra playing with them. I think they're amazing. So I song mid to fire, but they're amazing. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Nice. Sweet. Well, that's the list, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys you know, found something new or whatever the hell. As you guys know, I always like to give a little recommendation here at the end of
Mhm.
our music review.
Mhm.
Um, I have been very vocal here, I think, and then on Station Head that I absolutely do not like modern reggaeton at all, right?
Mhm.
However, these two these two artists kind of got to me a little bit. And I also found what seems to be a Mexican reggaeton movement that is happening right now. which I seem to vibe with a little bit more. I don't know if it's because I'm Mexican
Viva la
or
raza.
Support.
or what, but there's some cool tunes. But I want to recommend these two artists who they're independent artists, but they're working together right now on like several EPs and singles and stuff. They're called Cachirula and Lujan.
Okay.
They're like I said, it's like reggaeton, but it's a bit more. I don't know. It's a bit more. I don't like gritty, like not gritty. It's all very inappropriate, like
Like reggaeton is.
yeah. But if you're in the mood to shake some booty, which is why I drew a booty right there,
Oh,
definitely definitely listen to Cachirula and Lujan. They have an EP out together called Sexolandia. And they're currently working on Sexolandia 2. So yeah,
All right.
give them a listen.
yeah.
And that's all I have for you guys today.
Flug, once again, thank you for hopping
Yes.
on. Always interesting stories, keeping us up to date, and the music, always finding new stuff because of you.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's kind of this is kind of the sad part. I'm not gonna be on here for a whole another month, but I'll have some more fun stuff to talk about then for sure.
All right,
Awesome.
Fluggy. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
We love you. We
you.
appreciate you. And I get to see Fluggy in a couple weeks. So I'm excited about that.
Ooh,
So
I'm
exciting.
excited. Thank you guys. Love you guys.
bye.
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 All right, guys. We went over time like we always do, but that was totally our fault.
Yep.
We went on and on about, well, Saturday was funny. That was really funny. And the Coachella stuff, like we couldn't go around it, but we
No.
appreciate you guys going overtime with us.
Yes. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you all for hanging with us. We really appreciate you. We appreciate your time. If you want to get a hold of us because you want to share any stories or you want to get scheduled to hop on the show or collab with us in any way, shape, or form, you can always reach us through our Instagram, and our handle is
At I Hate It Here HQ. Look at me. I got it right this time.
there we go.
And I do want to promote that Airstream Queen is going to be joining us next Thursday. So looking forward to that, catching up with her, and love having her on as well. So you guys
I can't wait to
Yeah,
hear what's
so-
going on in her dating world. So
I'm going to echo you. If any of you all ever want to jump on with us, do a segment with us, reach out. We'd love to have you on. And I mean, even if it's just to like sit in and spiral with us on some of the stories and content that we go through, we'd love to have you. So
yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's it.
Well, thanks everyone. We'll catch you here next week.
Yes.
Bye,
And once
everyone.
again, thank you, Doreen.
Yes. Thank you, Doreen.
Office gossip, printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears. Erika and Marissa have seen it all, from cubicle fights to the bathroom stall balls. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, from the break room drama to the bosses here. We hate it here, oh, we hate it here, so grab a seat, it's horror premiere. Office gossip, printer jams, management schemes, and toxic plans. Your job's a joke, we can relate. Welcome to work life, the thing we all hate. Erika and Marissa, your workplace queens, sharing nightmares straight from the scenes. We hate it here, yeah, we hate it here, but at least we can laugh through the tears.